Hello everyone, this is Angela here, and today I'm jumping back online again for a third time to talk about the narcissistic personality disorder. And for some reason I'm on the topic today of narcissists in romantic relationships, intimate relationships, and how to avoid them and basically, keep yourself safe. And in this video I want to talk about how the narcissist is a chameleon. The narcissist slash psychopath is a chameleon. And I discovered this by watching a story on the Investigative Discovery channel. That channel is really good because one of the shows I really liked is called Scorned Love Kills, because it not only talks about the story that it's talking about, but it also has like the criminal profilers and psychologists who talk about predatory behavior and what it's about. And also I've been learning a lot by watching these ID stories, which are true stories. And one in particular that stood out was the narcissist is a chameleon, okay? The psychopath. And what they do is they observe you, and they will pretend to be into whatever you're into. And I had seen a story one time, not that long ago, where this psychopath had her eyes set on this guy who was into country line dancing. And what she had done was, she had put like a cowboy hat in the back of her truck and a bumper sticker that said, "I love country western dancing," or whatever it was, to try to attract this target that she was after. But the guy didn't fall for it, okay? He basically was very turned off by her. The show didn't elaborate why, this guy got away, because it was a story about the next person that this psychopath had gotten involved with. And what she had done was, she had pretended to be a very religious person, all into the Bible, because she had her sight set on this man who was very religious, very spiritual, very much into the Bible and doing these things. And that's what they do. They look at your psyche, they study you, they try to figure out what you're into, and then they pretend to be into these same things that you're into. And it doesn't matter what it could be. Anything. It could be ballroom dancing, it could be knitting, crocheting, it could be trucks or racing or baseball or anything. And the way to spot this is to really pay attention to the way they interact with you regarding the activity that you like. For example, if you're into ballroom dancing, which I was into ballroom dancing quite a few years ago, but I had gotten out of it, not because I didn't like it, but because ballroom dancing is extremely expensive, okay? In order to really ballroom dance well, you have to go for private lessons in order to learn dance technique or whatever. Don't pay attention to Dancing with the Stars. It doesn't work like that. Because basically Dancing with the Stars is just a professional ballroom dance instructor teaching somebody to mimic the dance routine. It's a choreographed routine. These people do not know how to ballroom dance in real life, because they do not. Let me just put it to you like this, okay? If I told you to recite something in a foreign language, okay, you can recite the words of that language without understanding what it means. So I'm sure you kind of get the message here. These people do not know how to ballroom dance. So it's the same way with the chameleon. They can put on this facade that they're really into this activity. But if they don't know the nuts and bolts of how it happens, you have to ask yourself, well, how are you all into ballroom dancing when you don't know dance technique? You don't know one step in front of the other, and basically you just see that they're full of shit. That's how you can catch them, okay? So this individual pretended to be so into the Bible and be religious and all this other stuff. It's very easy to know somebody if you're not paying attention. So let's just say that your particular religion is very well versed in the Bible, with chapter, with books, whatever, and you study extensively about this, and this person that you meet, this narcissist, is going around and they're saying that they're into the same thing you're into, but they don't know what verse in scripture you're talking about when you refer something from the Bible to them. That's a red flag. That's going to show you that this person does not know, and you're going to want to ask why. Okay? Now, they could come back with something like, well, I haven't studied it for a couple of years and I really want to get back into my religion. But if they don't know something very basic, okay, that they should know about that subject, then that's a serious red flag. Like, I'm not very much Bible versed, but I was raised in a very religious Roman Catholic family, and I know every event on the liturgical calendar of the Catholic Church. Okay, like if somebody says, well, you know, what season are we in right now? I would say we're in ordinary time because the Easter season has passed and it goes into ordinary time. That's very basic. And if you don't know this, being a Catholic who was raised in a religious background, you have to say this person could be lying. So you have to use your best judgment. You got to take your time. You got to step back, look at things, because these people are masters at mirroring you. They have a very chameleon-like attitude. They're very predatory. They can be very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. And you won't even realize it until you're caught up in something diabolical, which can become deadly, as it did with the story that I mentioned about this woman. She ended up, you know, pretending to be all religious with this man. He fell for it, married her, and you know, once she had no use for him anymore, she killed that man. And it's very serious, very, very serious. I know that these are extreme cases, and, you know, it doesn't normally happen that way, but it can happen. It can happen, and that's what I'm trying to stress, the issue about narcissism, narcissistic abuse, and how to keep yourself safe from them. Unfortunately, in my situation, I lived for 42 years, you know, with a mother who I never in a million years thought would do something so diabolical as to hook up with a dangerous antisocial personality person who tag teamed with her, and she was, you know, it was basically like a Charles Manson type relationship between my mother and this individual. And I found myself in a full-blown wicked attraction. If you're new to my channel, if you're watching this, please check out my series, My Wicked Attraction Story. And that's why I'm out here. You know, I'm a member of this community who, myself, along with my two siblings, my two sisters, and my adult son, found ourselves in a very bad situation, very, very bad situation that could have turned tragic. In the present day, the person that my mother hooked up with has a bench warrant out for his arrest in Philadelphia County. I still keep checking the court's website to see whether or not they apprehended this suspect, and they did not. And it's very scary, very scary. So this predator is on the loose here out in Philadelphia, just waiting for another victim to target. So with that said, I'm going to end this video. I'm asking everybody to please keep yourself safe. Think before you get involved with someone. If you are getting involved with someone and something doesn't seem right, you have every right to question it, you know. So with that said, I'm going to end this video. Take care and have a good one, everybody.